6 o'clock. We're going to call the meeting to order. We do have a quorum, and Commissioner Patterson is going to lead us in our invocation.
Thank you. Please bow. Our most gracious Heavenly Father, the Creator of all things, we thank you so much for your magnificence beyond our comprehension, for the blessings that you bestow upon us, and quite honestly, most of them we just take for granted. Thank you for the blessing tonight to be here, to participate, to better our community. I ask that you be with each of us in this room and allow us to deal with one another, to think with one another, and to speak with one another in a way that glorifies you. Help us to make good decisions so that we can benefit all the citizens of Burkburnett, Texas. In your Son's precious name, Jesus Christ, we pray. Amen.
Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. We'll begin with item 4, the consent agenda.
Mayor, go ahead, Bill. Mayor, I move that we pass the consent agenda, items A through I.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries unanimously. All right, we're going to move item 10 up to item 5. And let's see, discuss and take any action necessary to award an IT managed services provider request for proposal.
Mayor, I don't see our selection here yet. I'm going to try to get a hold of him, so if y'all want to continue on the agenda, I'll try to get a hold of him.
Okay. Okay, so we will move on to item 5, I guess, leave it at 5. Any personal or audience comments? It looks like we have a few people signed up to speak here. Let's see, Ted Brummett, if you could go to the podium and state your name and address for the record.
Announced that planning has officially begun for that. Currently discussions with another nonprofit organization. A year where all veterans can go to and get much needed help if they need. We move forward, we're actively seeking sponsors, successful, and impactful. Building on our commitment to strong partnerships, we also started a new initiative last week where local food trucks. Last Friday, we had Omas out of Wichita. Coming out, so please stop by. Volunteers at public events on Facebook, supporting events such as the Hot Wheels Museum, active boomtown events, as well as Friendship Festival. For us, it gives us the financial resources lot of events that you don't see. Since I took over as a post commander, the other Thursday morning, that sits in the we had a veteran who was also transitioning from Altus over to that transfer could be completed, the shutdown happened. Right now, she is staying with members of our post and our auxiliary. On Facebook and what you see in public. This Sunday, we're having our this Sunday, for that lunch, this awards that we hand out. Who we are, this is our purpose, and strengthening our community. We're deeply grateful.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right. Looks like E.C. McLaughlin. Could step up to the podium and state your name and address for the record.
Good afternoon, my name is E.C. McLaughlin. I'm at 731 West 3rd. That makes 52 years I've been here.
Okay.
I'm going to take just a moment and share a little anxiety. Bear with me.
Absolutely. You'll have
1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1006, 1007, 1008, 1009, 1013, 1014, 1015, 1019, 1020, 1021, 1022, 1023, 1024, 1025, 1030, 1031, 1032, 1033, 1034, 1035, 1036, 1037, 1038, 1039, 1040. The light turned green. You may go now. I'm talking about that light bulb that we face every day. College and Avenue D. Get something done. Go to a blinking light, go to a four-way stop, go to a two-way stop. But just get something done. There is no reason for that intersection to be lit up. We don't have enough traffic. The number I'm using right there, I pulled in behind a car and we stopped at the same time. And when I said 40, because I'm trying to get ready for here, the light turned green and another car over on College stopped. That's the only traffic that was there. How many times have y'all pulled up to the traffic light and sat there and you're the one? You're the only one. There's nobody else in Burkburnett. Second part, Avenue, well, not Avenue, but East 3rd Street. From the light to the cable campground. Have you driven that thing? Have you put any time on that thing? Have you looked to see what you're doing, how much time you're wasting? A 30-mile-an-hour zone. I live on West 3rd. They got a construction sign there at my place that says 45 miles an hour. What's the matter with 35 or 40 or 45 down on this end? We're wasting away. I've been here for this long and nothing has changed on the speed limit. We need more speed. We need to take one end of town and move it to the other. Workshop, Waterburg. We need to be able to get there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, EC.
All right. Looks like this one is, the other two are with regard to agenda items, so we'll move those down the list and address those at that time. Okay, so now we will go on to item 6, public, and open the public hearing to discuss the following planning and zoning case, case 2025-28, a request to consider the rezoning of a 2.23 acre lot, 1 Mom's Place addition and 1.46 acres. Lot 2 Mom's Place addition, known as parcel 454646 and parcel 478257, located on Cropper Road, Burkburnett, Texas, from Agricultural District AG to Industrial District I.
First off, I'd like to say it's not Cropper Road, it's Daniels Road. There's a error in there. The parcel numbers are correct, though. This property was brought before planning and zoning. It's Wichita Falls propane. They're wanting to put a refilling station in there, but the land is currently zoned agricultural. On both sides of that land, it's already industrial. And so Tepco and the concrete plant are both industrial. That's each side of that. All we were doing was trying to rezone that land back to industrial. The Planning and Zoning Board did recommend approval to zone it industrial, and that's what we're asking for you.
Okay. This is a public hearing. Is there anyone else that would like to speak? Okay. So we will move on to item 7. Do I have to read that whole thing again?
Mayor,
Yes,
Mayor, I'm sorry to interrupt. Can we please close the public hearing before we move to the next item?
yes. We'll close the public
Thank you.
hearing at 6:13. Do I have
Thank
to-
you.
Do I need to read this entire thing again?
You can, yes, I would appreciate it if you would.
Fantastic. All right.
Thank you.
Sorry, guys. So, item 7, discuss and take any action necessary regarding planning and zoning case 2025-28, a request to consider the rezone of a 2.23 acre lot, 1 Mom's Place addition, and a 1.46 acre lot, 2 Mom's Place addition, known as parcel 454646 and parcel 478257, located on Daniels Road, Burkburnett, Texas, from Agricultural District AG to Industrial District I. I'll entertain a motion.
I move that we accept case 202528 and change the zoning from ag to industrial.
Second.
Any discussion?
I understand there was supposed to have been some research that was supposed to have been done on that, am I correct? As far as that area, was it suitable or something for that type of business?
Yes.
It was.
It does meet the
It
requirement.
does meet.
Yes, sir.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries unanimously. All right. Do I need to do these individually, or how do we want to do these?
Another public hearing.
Yeah. So the public hearing for all of it and then voting on them separate?
Public hearing,
Okay,
individually, and then, yes.
all right.
Yeah, I agree with that. I would say, open the public hearing once and then call each item as you go through the list. So you can open one and then say, we're now calling for item A, we're now calling for item B, and continue through.
Good. Okay, so item 8, we're gonna open public hearing to discuss properties found to be substandard and dangerous according to the local government code 204.001 and Chapter 150, Building and Regulations of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Burkburnett, Section 150.35 through 150.99. We'll start with property A at 701 East Third, property ID 120395, legal description 40 by 195 block of 19 outer blocks, one structure. You want to,
Did anybody sign up for those?
did anybody?
they
No,
don't
no
have
one
to
has signed up
Public,
for this.
public hearing, you don't have to sign up.
Okay, thank you.
This property has had several different code violations over time, but the property in question is actually basically completely open to the elements. It's so old a structure that it's already fallen in on itself. And if we actually have a PowerPoint with pictures that
Please show them.
you can see, but the pictures are also in your.
Yeah, I
packets.
see them.
Yes.
Yeah, I just thought the public would want to see them as well.
And I'm gonna let my code enforcement guy get up here and talk about the structure report. He's the one that went out there and took the pictures and did that, so. Explain the pictures.
Okay.
My name is James Gore, Code Enforcement. Live at 107 Rose Street here in Burkburnett. (701) East 3rd Street is a fairly old building. Dilapidated, has holes in the roof. Holes in the walls.
And we've attempted to contact the property owner about the issues.
Yes, ma'am. We posted it on the building, October 28th of this year. And we also sent notice in the mail.
Any response from the property owner?
Did come in today to, try to discuss it. We told him about the hearing today.
Please.
I spoke to the property owner that came in today. He said he's not gonna pay to tear it down, but if we wanna tear it down, one next door down also.
Okay.
We're working. But, he just said that. Right now.
Okay.
Is the owner aware that there's a cost associated with the city tearing it down?
He is, and he was advised that a lien took the property down ourselves as a city.
How so does the taxes stand? Is he up to current on his taxes?
I believe it's current on taxes. I didn't look at that.
So you said he wants to put a Connex building behind that property?
He wants to
That we're
rezone
gonna
the
tear
back
down?
half and put a house down. He wants to put a trailer back there and rezone it so he can move in back there, is what he told me today.
After the city tears down?
After we tear it down for him.
And put a lien on it. Okay.
Do you have any luck with the photographs?
So that the people can see them?
There we go.
There we go.
I mean,
Sorry.
I know we've all looked at
Right.
it.
This is the back looking forward right there. You can kind of see where there's holes. Obviously, it's an older structure. There's holes in the roof, holes in the wall. It's not fire secure. It's open to the elements and also rodent harborage.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's hard to get, the tree overgrowth is so much that you can hardly see the structure. Here's another picture from the back.
Okay, thank you. We'll move on to property B, 117 North Avenue D, property ID 121913, legal description, Lot 8, Block 1, Hardin, 1 structure.
Yeah, this property here, we have several problems with this structure: holes in the roof, holes in the walls. It's open to the elements. Had several code violations, weeds and grass. Recommending this one for demolition as well.
This is the back of the structure.
There's no door, oh.
No door.
No existing rear door.
Is there anyone in the public that would like to speak on property B? Okay.
You can see where the water damage is causing the soffit.
Okay, we'll move on to C, 309 North Avenue C, property ID 461460, legal description, lots 19 through 24, block 26, original town, BB 1 structure, commercial building. Looks like we do have someone signed up to speak on this property.
Structure report. I went and took the pictures of this structure. This is a commercial structure. It's basically steel and concrete frame. Basically, there's cracks in the wall. There's several deteriorated structural beams and framing. There's loose members, and the walls are listing in some places. There's basically deteriorated wood members. The roof is open in several places. You can see this wall on the loading dock here is basically coming out on its own under the weight. There's also several debris areas where you can see, if you can see where that's open in that back, it's completely open. And some of the stuff has been, I guess, pushed out there. I do have to admit that this has been vandalized several times just because it's open to the public and to elements. You can see where that's all open in those pictures. This is looking in that hole right there. That's from inside that structure. That's the roof on the one side. You can see the vandalism. No doors. It's completely unsecured. You can see the water damage to the corners of the roof and the deteriorated beams. You can see that closer right there, where that's basically falling apart. The wall is deteriorating here. You can see where the bricks, that is actually part of a building, but there's no roof on that at all. It's open. That's what it looks like from the other side. You can see where it's open in the roof. That's the window. And this property has been this way for several years. We have contacts going back that I found just in our new system since 2022, where it was cited for being unsecured and not fire secure. Here's another where you can see the water damage.
What was the owner's response on this?
The owner's here, and he can speak to it, but when I spoke with the owner, they basically want to put a fence around it, but not repair the building, just make it so nobody can get in there, is my understanding. He said he would board up the stuff, but that's not gonna stop the holes in the roof and open to the elements and further damage to the structure. Another part of the building where the roof is gone.
Looks like, is it Dennis Bogart? It looks like signed up to speak on this property. Do you want to speak? The next one is our decision. This is the time that you speak on it.
Mike, on your cover letters, agenda memo, and on your thing, you're showing impact, fiscal impact. What is that? Is that the value of the property? So with this one, we're talking about $91,000. It would cost the city $91,000 to tear this down.
Yes, sir.
Demolition is expensive.
So is anyone going to speak on?
Yes, I will.
Yeah.
I met with James and Mike the other day on the building. Trying to dip me in the grease a little bit.
I'm sorry, could you say
Yeah,
your
you need to
name
speak your
and?
sorry,
My name's
you're right.
Dennis Bogart. I live in Wichita Falls, and I have a couple of properties here in Burkburnett, in and outside of the city limits. This is one property that the external part of the property where the public, I do have it marked, no trespassing, things like that. That doesn't work too well with the indigents and kids. Evidently they can't read. But I met with Michael and James and talked about it. There's basically 3 points of entry, and my partner and I, we've gone down and set some steel posts, and we're going to put a fence up on the long side of it, alley entrance, and then a couple of other openings, which would be gates. Seal up the alley, but we're trying to stop all the traffic going through there. As far as the building with the roof caving in, I'm not really utilizing it. The external walls are 1.5 feet thick, and from the outside, they're pretty solid. I mean, it's not like they're gonna fall out on the sidewalk or anything like that. It just makes a pretty good barrier to stop traffic coming in there, but I use it for storage. And the bigger part of the building,
How do you use it for storage if it's not secured? Is it secured in any part of the building?
well, he neglected to tell you that there's more than one building.
So that's the next one I guess we're gonna get to.
No.
We looked at 2 or 3 of those buildings that are on the side. There is one building on the left side where that wall was coming out on that loading dock. That's the only part in there.
Building that we store in.
So I think you would agree that putting a fence around it doesn't solve the issues with the structure of the building, the roof, or the way it looks, right? So what is your ultimate plan with the building?
Well, I'm gonna seal off, stop the traffic from going through there. Evidently, it's been a public nuisance because of the indigents and the kids going through there. Multiple problems with, that, so I'm gonna stop that. But like I said, the exterior of the building's in pretty good shape.
Do you
Talking
ever,
about that loading dock in the back.
do you ever plan to bring it up to code?
The one with the roof caving in, that's been like that for eons. When Preston owned it, it's an old Preston building. Fire in there and took part of the roof out. And not that this is a coincidence, but I'll just bring this up while we're talking about it. The taxes went down. That happened. Shortly after that, my partner was contacted by Travis with Burke Development, inquiring about buying it.
I think the mayor asked the question, and what's the end game here? What do you intend to happen long-term for this building?
I'm gonna clean it up, and first I'm gonna barricade it to keep the traffic out of it, and then that'll give me an opportunity, like at loading dock, that's more of a visual problem. Inside, there's I-beam and things like that. The roof is not one bit bothered on that. That was an old refrigerated area, and those panels that are bowing out are double-sided metal with some foam in there, foam insulation. And basically, I can take that out and put another wall back in there.
I guess the question comes down to, if there's not something that's coming to come, you're going to kind of foster the problem. Putting the fence is not gonna fix it. And I think that's already been identified. So at some point, there has to be a vision that I want to make this worthy to stop this problem.
Yeah, and that's what I plan on doing. Like I said, if I can stop the traffic going through there.
Well, I think, did you say 2022? Like, there's been communication on this, the building, what the building looks like since 2022, is that correct?
That's the 2022 where vehicle that was taken out of there.
Like you said, that trash in the back, somebody just decided to back in there and dump a load of trash in there.
Sir, I think, I appreciate the fact that you want to fence it off. And it will help, but it's certainly not going to take care of the overall problem, which is it's a mess. And so the fence might help slow down the indigents and the traffic, but it's not going to clean this up.
I mean, are you
I
willing
plan
to,
on cleaning it up.
are you willing to commit to some type of a timeline for which that you're gonna get the building up to code?
Probably take a year or two. The building where the fire was and the roof is caving in part of it. He said the roof was completely off of it. It's not. Probably would not build it back anyway, but I could go ahead and finish knocking the roof down and it'd just be basically outdoor storage then. Because like I said, the outer perimeter wall's brick, and it's like 18 inches. From the outside, it looks fine. Inside, there's no electricity to it, no water to it, nothing like that. So basically, I'd consider it outside storage.
Yeah. Okay. Is there any other comments that you want to make or any other questions?
But when I met with Michael, and I think he dipped me in the grease right here at this meeting, he acted like if I do the fence deal, that'd be kosher. I mean, that'd get us going. And that's not what we ended up with here. Strange story to me that my taxes go down and then I get, my partner gets for the city of Burke Development to buy the building.
Well, I can't speak to that. The BDC is a separate thing, so, and I know that they've been, working to acquire property downtown. Yeah, they've acquired a lot of property downtown because we're trying to revitalize the downtown area, obviously.
Right there in line with it, and that's,
Yeah.
all of a sudden, this is way before I bought it.
I think it's been a problem for a while, but we have committed to help clean up the city. So as far as the timeline, you could probably put that on us trying to clean up the city. That is us as in a different council. So I don't think it has anything to do with the other. It has to do with us trying to make the city better.
And we're budgeting every year for a certain number of properties to be able to be, that are not being cleaned up, to be taken down so that we're not getting complaints from citizens for the way that the city's looking, so.
Like the metal building with the open garage door, that'd be easy to take down and just be done. A lot of those, like the one with that would burn inside, take the roof out of it. Walls are, I mean, it's not like I said, it's not like they're gonna fall out in the sidewalk.
The part that's not functional, would it not be conducive to you as the owner and one that has a plan for down the road? Would it not be probably a simplified idea to just go ahead and level that portion that you're not going to use and clean that up yourself? Because to be fair to Michael, Michael is the forerunner. Michael is the front runner. He collects the information and provides us the data. But as far as, and I think you kind of said that he was making the decision that all you had to do, it doesn't work that way. And I don't mean to be rude, but I think that we're getting off the mark here by putting this on him when you knew the decision making would be at this table.
But he didn't do anything in my favor like we talked about the other day when we.
He's not supposed to do anything in your favor, sir.
Okay, he didn't tell me the same story over there that he told here. Let's just put it that way.
Okay.
But you can get after it and knock her down for 90,000, I guess. What do you want to do? I'm telling you, I can close it up and go to work on it, and it'd be a better place.
But I think everyone has agreed to this point that's not the solution that we're going to accept as a viable answer.
Or we can let Burke Development try to steal it from me, lowering my taxes. Where have you ever seen property have the taxes lowered without taking a building down or something like that? I'm not saying there's some collusion, but there's, you know, it's strange to me that my tax evaluation went down, and then within a few months, I was contacted by.
Well, I think
This
that's
forum
a
is not
very,
a taxing entity.
Right.
We are not a taxing, we're not the folks
You're a
that.
beneficiary of tax.
well, I think that that's a very convenient story, given the fact that you've been notified that this property doesn't meet code since 2022. And you've had since 2022 to now to bring it in to code, and
I received on not meeting code, weeds and things like that, and I took care of that.
but what I would have expected would be, if you're saying, hey, please don't tear down my building, a plan with a timeline that says, this is what I'm gonna do to rectify the situation by this time, so that we would have had something to vote on. At this point, you're not giving us a specific timeline or what your plan is on what you're gonna do, so that we can vote to say, okay, we'll push this down the road. You're just saying, oh, I'm gonna fix it, but that's without a real plan on how or when you're gonna do that by.
I give you a timeline.
Well, I'm looking at the pictures of this, and I'm gonna tell you, just to look at these pictures alone, and this is kind of the superficially. I look at this and I can see so many violations here. Life safety, health. I can see so many physical codes that you're dealing with. Fire, it's so many. So just to say a fence is the solution,
Well, we'll have the chance to vote on that on the next session. Let's move on the public hearing. Thank you for speaking.
I would like to say, unless there's something I'm not aware of this year, on the property rolls, it shows in '22 to be 29,691, and then went up to 38,398, then to 39,976, and this year 46,420. So I don't see where it's gone down anywhere, but I'm not aware of this year's current taxes.
Well, if it's different buildings, it is different parcels. Okay. All right, we're gonna move on to D. 113 North Avenue C, property ID 122144, legal description, Lot 8, Block 1 of College, 1 structure.
I believe that one's been removed. 13 North Avenue C.
So we're not, okay. So we're moving on to E, 106 South Wiggum, property ID 122533, legal description, lot 23 and 10 of lot 22, block 2, Buckner, 1 structure.
This building here is also dilapidated, holes in the roof, it's also open.
It's okay,
I do not even.
it's okay.
I do not even want to be up here right now.
You were saying you would like the, is that what you're saying? And then your goal is to build another structure on it? And do you have any, like a specific date that?
In 2026.
Okay.
To have it down. I don't know about building yet,
Okay. Okay. If I'm correct, I'm sorry, just to ask you this, don't you guys own many properties in the community? That you do a lot of rental and things, and renovations on properties, you've turned a lot of property over, correct? Okay.
If I may,
Yeah.
a timeline, you said by this summer,
about 6 months.
so July 1st, is that too quick of a deadline?
Move on to, F, 1121 Shepherd Road, property ID 119247, legal description, .4 AC RRBL Block 4 and .17 AC A 322C Winters, total of 0.57 acres, original town BB1 structure. And it looks like we have someone signed up to speak on this one as well.
This house here on the exterior has cracks and holes in the wall, structural members deteriorating, the roof deteriorating. The overhang, we were unable to enter the structure, but pictures from the outside pretty much say it all with this one.
We were actually thinking that they had Fortin out there. Thought he was gonna demo the house, but they actually just had him take down some trees and shrubs around it, but they didn't do anything with the house. We were gonna take it off, because I thought they were ready to demo the house, but that's not in the plan as far as I know.
Okay, is the property owner here?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, can you state your name and address for the record?
Suzanne Halverson, at Aztec, at 807 Aztec. Yes, that is my dad, used to be my dad's upholstery shop, Spurlock Upholstery, if anybody's older. I did have Fortin come take the trees. I have an estimate to take the building down with the trees. I went ahead and just had him do the trees, since I've got a lot of his upholstery stuff on the inside. It has been vandalized before. We've put up, boarded it up a couple of times, and they've managed to rip out all the copper, all the wiring, stole all my dad's, reel-to-reels and records and everything. But anyway, we still do have some stuff in there that we want to remove out. So we did, Fortin's, I've got an estimate from him of $9,000, so it beats that $91,000, all the pieces, But, and he's good too, so I'll put a plug in for him. But he took out the trees, and I've got him holding off on the house, but he will do the house with the estimate that he gave me.
And what's your timeline for being able to
Well,
do
I
this?
was trying to figure that one out. Gonna see how long everybody was begging. Longer the better, but, I think that, you know, the summer was just too hot to get everything